Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Arrowhead. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now a play fake here on first down. And this is caught off the deflection. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Sometimes luck is all you need. That was not even the intended receiver on that play.
Well, Johnny on the spot, though.
Yeah, and it turned into a big play for those guys on offense. They'll take it each and every time.
On second down now, Carter. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2.
Detroit! Detroit!
Looking to throw. Boyle throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
On first down, Boyle. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away. Throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Boyle going deep here for Watkins. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 15. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. It's complete to Golden Tate. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. They give him a gain of 37.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And that is incomplete here.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the number one thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Mahomes going to hand it off to Hunt. And he's got this down to the 35. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, where that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage. Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
That's out to Hill, right side complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, it has to be pinpoint here.
As I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They get it to him running left. And he goes backwards on this one. Losing yardage to the 7. So they're back at the 7 now for 3rd and goal. They go play fake. Mahomes. They'll roll him out right. He may try and run for this. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. He opted to go with a scramble. Gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th. Able to put this one through. And the Chiefs are out to a 3-0 lead. So our initial drive of the night ends in 3 points. Maybe not exactly what this home crowd wanted, but they'll take the early lead.
They will take it. You're exactly right. Everybody wants a touchdown. But in this case, good opening drive, put points on the board. And a lot of coaches do believe the first team to score in the game, statistically, often ends up the winner.
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the Panthers coming out now and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first down. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Throwing on first down. Boyle looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
On second down, Carter. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
56. Lucky 56. Detroit! 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 Gone! 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 Gone!
On 1st and 10, Boyle. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Justin Houston able to drop him for a loss of 4. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Boyle. Wide open, Gronkowski. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Gronk's first catch, good for a 1st down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 49-yard line.
Gone! 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 Gone!
Back to throw. Boyle eluding the pressure right. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing again. Boyle. Sliding out of the pocket. Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Detroit! Detroit!
From the gun, Boyle. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. He was looking for Gronk that time.
Yeah, he's just trying to throw this ball into the hole in the zone, but those windows can open and close quickly, especially in the middle of the field. So if the timing's not right, we'll see interceptions like that one right there.
Here we go now. Blue 45. Blue 45.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. He'll leave it for Hunt, complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice 1st down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on 1st down. And with the play clock at 5, we're going to get a timeout. So as they take it over, we step aside. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Ready. Blue 45. Blue 45.
They run with Hunt. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this 1st quarter. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin as the Chiefs in possession of the football as we begin the second quarter. They're looking at a second and short yardage to start things
All
out.
right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Flushed out right. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off inside the 10. And, oh, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. A handoff. It's Murray. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. A gain of 3, second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Rolling to his right. Got his man complete over the middle. That's done. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
They go play action here on first down. And Green with a catch left side. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 15 yards through the air and a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On first down, Sutton. And caught right side, Green. A gain of 6 there on first.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
To throw on second down, Sutton. Dancing to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
On third down, Sutton. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. It's a gain of 5, and it'll be 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion. And what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Looking to throw. Sutton. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Sutton. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. A first red zone opportunity for the Panthers thus far. 1st and 10 at the 19. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he rifles one incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. That was second down run for Murray. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play, stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
To throw on third down. Sutton escaping the pressure right. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
These type of plays are backbreakers for a defense. They thought they had him hemmed in, thought they were going to get him on the ground with the pass rush, but were unable to do so. He gets away, picks up a big first down, and sets up 1st and goal inside the 10.
Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
Back to throw. Sutton. That's complete. Right around the 8. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. They converted once earlier on this opening drive, but now comes a big test. 4th and goal. It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right.
Flex round. Ohio.
On 4th down, Sutton flush to his right. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. In for the score. And his guys are able to strike for 6.
4th and goal, and they found a way to throw it in the end zone for a touchdown.
And these defenses, they just like 3 downs, get off the field. But here they had to go 4, couldn't get it done.
A lot of the time, you're looking up and saying, okay, if I hold them for 3, at worst, I give up a field goal attempt. When they go for it, sometimes it really affects the defense because maybe they're not mentally prepared to go that 4th down.
And the Chiefs now getting set to go. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And on the ground they go with the running back. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll look to throw here. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
And now running right through it. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Carolina getting set to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Throwing on 1st down. Sutton is going to fire one deep over the middle. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
To throw again. Sutton throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's done. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here. As they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this 1st half. On 1st and 10, Sutton. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. From the gun, Sutton finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this 1st half of play. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Operating from the gun, Sutton. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And Godot's kick is right through. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So they get the 3, increase their lead to close out the half.
Excellent way to end a drive, go into the locker room with a little bit of extra momentum after adding 3 to their total.
After knocking through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. Boy, rough crowd. No football for 6 months. Already we're skipping halftime. All right, let's get right back to the action. We're set for quarter 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Looking left side. He's got it. Complete. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. So now at 3rd and 7, and defensively, it's a dime look. 6 DBs. On play action, they'll throw. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And they work this well upfield across the 45. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. And they'll go on the ground. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He'll buy some time right. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll drop to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Buchanan. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. They give them 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. And they'll run it here. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
Detroit! Detroit! Alert 16! Alert 16!
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw, and that is incomplete. Well, pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. This will be caught just inside the 10. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A great play there. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying up this football game. So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. This is taken at his 4. Now a hit and a loose football. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Off-play action. Sutton. They'll roll him out right. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 42.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Catch here, left side, Thomas. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Panthers have recovered.
You know, if this is the regular season, partner, we'd be talking about just how costly a mistake that was, but probably good for him to get it out of his system right now.
Just hope for him and the team it's not a sign of things to come.
Yeah, without a doubt. Plus, got to worry about making the team. Those types of errors don't help you.
They'll set up a throw. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32.
We are seeing two really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely. Going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow.
Either
not
way.
the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
Carolina getting set to take the field. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe they'll play action, Sheik.
And he lost the football. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Flex round! Flex round!
On 1st down, Sutton. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Back to the air on 2nd down. Sutton, and that'll be incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. Oh, a ball batted in the air. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. And, partner, I know hindsight's always 20/20, but, man, just in general, those laterals, they can be so risky, and we see the risk that can be involved right there.
And you just have to know, and we've seen it because we've been at a lot of practices. It's not something that's practiced very often. You know, in that situation, you don't see guys really working on it. Maybe like we're bringing the rugby guys in to help us with tackling. Maybe we ask them to help us with the laterals as well and make that a better play.
It's a good pickup of 7 yards, and now they're looking at 2nd and goal. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Sutton is going to flip one out here to his running back. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Pass complete, but no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats, throwing the ball.
Get a completion.
You get a catch.
Yeah.
But still,
no
yardage. Okay.
On 3rd and 2, Sutton. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And his guys are able to strike for 6. An out route there for the score. A quick out route there for the score.
Yeah, you're not really surveying the defense on this one. You're just counting on timing, making this play happen. 1-2, ball's out of his hands. Knows where he's going, just puts it to the outside. Touchdown.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it. They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. It's caught inside the 25. A big play there for KC. 45 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A great effort there. Ready for the regular season with his second touchdown of the game. And the Chiefs are in for 6. Point after, right down the middle. And that gives them a 3-point lead. Butker now to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. It was Reggie Ragland who got him down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
To throw on second down. Sutton. Green with a catch left side. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. We're back now in KC. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. The Panthers on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Ohio! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round!
From the gun, Sutton. He's got his man here. It's Green. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Looking to throw. Sutton. It's complete on the bubble screen. That's done. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He can make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
Ohio! 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 Ohio!
Looking to throw on second down. Sutton. Oh, no, he lost the football. But fortunately, a Panther was able to get on this, so Carolina keeps the ball.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Flex round! Flex round!
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And that is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Chiefs defense comes up with a stop. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, I've seen, you and I both been to practices where we've seen, hey, third.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Cornelder. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
They begin the drive with a run by Murray. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
To throw on second down, Sutton. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I wouldn't be shocked at all right now if there's a look of surprise on the big fella's face because he had the route that he wanted, running the corner, and usually he's able to use his body and catch the football, but a really nice play by the defenders, able to knock it away.
The Panthers on third down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This will be 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun, Sutton. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. Throwing on first down. Sutton throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it a second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on second down. Off the play fake. Sutton sliding out of the pocket. On the crossing route, complete. It's Quinn. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. He got 29 yards that time. On first down, Murray. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Again, it's Murray. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. From the gun, Sutton. Flushed out right. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Reggie Ragland.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll bring up 4th down. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on 4th. A gutsy decision there going for it on 4th, but they got it, and that likely puts an end to this one.
Indeed, it was gutsy because there's so many other options they probably could have exercised in that situation, but they bet on themselves, and it paid off.